Hey, Falcon Nation, it's Tom Ferguson, Sports Information Director. So before we get into the episode for this week's Falcons Corner, I just wanted to note that we talk about a football game that does not end up being the football game that's going to happen. The Falcons will be playing on Sunday at 4 p.m. down at L.C. Byrd High School in Chesterfield, Virginia. However, they will not be playing ASA Miami. They will instead be playing Queen City Collegiate Prep. Mike and I spend some time talking about the game against Miami that does not end up happening. But they will be playing on Sunday. It will just be against a different team. Queen City Collegiate Prep out of North Carolina is the opponent for the Falcons this upcoming Sunday. Now, on to the show. And
that's probably the best way to put it. They won some other stuff. Because that's how I understand it the best. Just other stuff.
They won.
Yeah. I'm going to tell Teddy that I watched it on Twitch, too.
Yeah, careful. Then he's going to ask you.
Teddy, I watched that on Twitch. Since he was giving me a hard time that I was watching volleyball on Twitch and not esports. Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Falcons Corner. Voice of the Falcons, Mike Rickert. The SID, pinch hitting for the co-host, Tom Ferguson.
That's right, Mike. It's just us up here right now.
I know.
As we're taping.
Yes.
We're the only ones in the building.
There's no clapper behind the camera. There's no one operating the camera. But you may say there's just one of us because we're dressed the same.
That's right. Yeah, we are one of the same.
Yes, so we got the same tops on and stuff too. So, but thanks for hopping in, even though you had no choice.
Yeah.
You're here anyway. But now you get to have your face on camera. You must have known Danny was going to be here because you got a haircut.
I got a haircut, shaved up a little bit.
Yep.
A little anyway. Still have the beard, but yeah, I knew. I had a feeling I was going to be called into action.
Yeah.
So.
My hair is still a mess. I'm still in desperate need of a haircut. So I'm waiting for my polar bear to cut his hair.
Okay.
And that's when his golf season ends, which is supposed to be Thursday. So
right.
He said he'll cut his hair, get ready for basketball. So I'm gonna wait. I'm holding out for him so we can go together.
Now, does he have it? Is it long in the back?
He's got flow.
Because that's in now.
I know,
but it's bizarre.
It looks okay with the hat on, but I just took him to school this morning, and it does not look okay without a hat on. So it would look awful on the basketball court once basketball season starts. I guess. So we're gonna trim him up a little bit.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to a little bit, but he's got some serious flow going.
Okay.
Yeah, he's excited about that stuff too. So speaking about flow, we're getting into the flow of things a little bit too. Yeah. So especially with like soccer, right? So let's start men's soccer because they had a big matchup this past Saturday.
They did, and it didn't go the way that we obviously would have wanted it to go.
Right.
Mercer is a great team in Region 19, and we knew that was going to be an uphill climb. But I thought the guys still showed a lot of fight.
Yeah.
And even in a 4-0 loss, they still looked pretty good, and they have an opportunity now with a couple games left in the regular season to get a couple more W's and get themselves right for the what will be the district tournament.
Right.
Because it's Mercer and we get in.
Right.
And it just depends on who they get matched up against, and we'll see what happens.
I would say comparing Saturday's 4-0 loss compared to past Mercer matchups, it was a lot different. One, because I think past years the score could have been 10-11-0.
Sure.
And it looked like there was strategy.
Yeah, no, you could tell there was a plan.
Yeah.
And our guys executed it. They had some opportunities.
Right.
There were some chances. They didn't get a ton.
Yep.
But there were some chances, and our athlete of the week this week is Jahdale Givans, the goalkeeper.
Yeah, he had a pile of saves, like 22 or something.
It could have been worse, but he was a big reason why it wasn't.
Right.
Because he made some great one-on-one saves. Honestly, his teammates, his defenders made some great clearances off the line, good blocks, really, really solid defense against constant pressure from the Vikings. So, I mean, the score line, I think, belies just how tight it felt and how well our guys played.
Right, yeah. I was there for the first half, and he had a bunch of saves, and, really, I mean, it was 1-0 at half.
Yeah.
And it came out of PK.
Well, and it was 1-0 right up until about halfway through the second half or so, and the goal they gave up in the second half was the first goal they gave up from the run of play. Everything else has come off a corner kick, direct kick, or a penalty kick up to this point in the season. So, like, to make it as far as they did is really a testament to Coach Shapash and a testament to the guys playing.
And I'm sure Coach would want his guys attacking more and keeping the ball, in the zone a little bit.
Sure.
They're on defense a lot.
I think he knew what was going to happen, though,
but I think him being as prepared as he is and as good as coach as he is, that maybe he worked on, all right, we're going to have to spend a lot of time defending our goal.
Yeah, he had a feeling, and he knew that's what it was going to be. They played a lot of long balls, tried to get it to Jarvis, and tried to get it up to Anthony and those other guys up top, and it didn't go their way this time. But they got to look at them. They have an idea of what they're up against now, and we always talk about, even in losses, how important it is to play competition like that in the regular season because of what it can do for you once you get to where the games matter in the playoffs and whatnot.
And you're hoping to talk to our athlete of the week, right?
I am.
Before they leave for their trip.
As we are taping this right now on Tuesday morning, our guys and women's team are traveling to Harrisburg for their game, so we'll have the results, obviously, at some point, but they're leaving early, so hopefully I can get hook up with Jahdale, get to talk to him about Athlete of the Week, get to talk to him about the season so far and what he's looking forward to the rest of the way.
He's a good dude, so
I liked your interview with him for Media Day.
Yeah.
So.
And then to look forward more, they are Thursday, home?
Yeah, Thursday they're home against Delaware County.
Okay.
A team they beat 4-3 down there.
Okay.
So that should be at least entertaining, if nothing else.
Right.
And
then they're on the road Saturday.
Yep, on the road Saturday. And I think they have one more road game too against Monroe Community College.
Okay.
Next week, they also have a match with Lehigh Carbon, I think, that had to be rescheduled.
Okay.
I think that's the Saturday one.
Okay.
So they've got one or two matches left,
right.
But their match on Thursday is their last home one.
And of course, that will be live streamed by our terrific production staff.
Yes,
so all of our live stream information could be found at LackawannaFalcons.com or on our social media stuff, like we say all the time.
Yep.
And if there's any streams for those away games, I'm sure you'll be posting those bad boys too.
Yeah, we'll make sure to have them in the previews and our social posting about what game day is going on and all that stuff. So we'll make sure to have it.
Yep. And the women are wrapping up their season this week, right? So they play Tuesday, yesterday, today, all of that, and then they play again Saturday, yes? Yeah,
they're playing Saturday, and they have there's another game that they might have on their schedule against Ulster. I have to kind of make sure that that's what is going to happen. I saw that on one schedule. I didn't have it on mine, but I know we had a partnership with them last year that they ended up going up there and playing, and so that might be something similar. But yeah, the girls are playing at Harrisburg today. They've got a Lehigh Carbon match on Saturday, and they've got maybe one more on the horizon.
All right, good. So best of luck to our soccer teams getting after on the pitch.
Yep.
And then volleyball was in action last week. They're still trying to get back into that win column.
They are, but I tell you what, their losses have all been sweeps.
Right.
But they took a set from Delaware Tech on Saturday, lost 3-1, but took that second set to tie it up. And then against Cecil, I think this has to frustrate Coach Morgan, certainly the team. They were close because they won the first set. They were up in the second set, and Cecil came back to win it. They won the third set pretty easy, and then the fourth set, I think it was 26-24 it finished.
Right.
It was tight.
Yeah.
So they're putting it together. They're so close.
They are.
So
they are.
They amazingly, their regular season's coming up towards the end pretty quick, because as we're taping right now, tonight, they have a tri-match with Harcum, County College Morris, a team they pushed to, I think
they were close. They got lost 3-0, but
they were close in every set against them. And Harcum, a team they were up, I think, in the second set and couldn't hang on against them down there. So they've got two matches tonight here at the Student Union.
And those will be done early enough where you could just flash the results. Probably
they'll be right
there,
somewhere along here.
All right, good.
And they have one more match here at home Saturday against Harrisburg area, who nationally ranked, very, very good. and we'll have that here at the Student Union as well. But I think that's it for the regular season, and then it comes down to
what's going to happen
postseason, that kind of stuff.
Yep. So, and I'm pretty sure they will be shorthanded on Saturday, as previous Athlete of the Week Hunter Heeman may not be in attendance due to a previous engagement.
So they'll have some things to figure out.
Yeah, but you know what? That just makes the other girls better.
Yes.
Right? You know, so someone's got to step up and got to play and stuff too. So, and then of course, our home events are always broadcasted, like we just said with soccer. So, you know, if you can't get out here Saturday, you can check it out. Lackawanna Falcons /live. What's that?
LackawannaFalcons.com/live.
I was close enough.
Or the Region 19 Sports Network, Region 19 Sports Network app.
I think that's too hard though.
You know?
Listen, I'm fighting with my printer downstairs. I'm trying to print out some stuff. My printer's been acting up. So, you know.
Is it class related?
It's everything related. It's everything related. I have a backup of stuff I need to be printed, and the printer's growling at me and spitting out and then chewing up my paper and stuff. So I might have to make a call. And then you'd have to
walk too far away to go to the other printer.
Yeah.
To do that with the.
Well, I like having the convenience of the printer on my desk.
It's right there.
It's right there.
What is the point? You know?
That is the point. That is exactly the point and stuff too. So, all right, great. So let's take a break.
Yep.
You talked to our Athlete of the Week.
Mm-hmm.
Before he leaves.
Yep.
We'll come back and we'll look forward to a couple more things we got, because we have a football game.
Lo and behold.
We're a football school? Seriously? Sheesh. All right. Football. Sounds good. I thought we just had a bunch of big guys here that like to hit people and throw the ball far.
We got something coming up.
All right. Awesome. All right. We'll be back in the Falcons Corner. Take flight.
Imagine the innovator you could be tomorrow with an innovative education today from Lackawanna College. Our Level Up program puts high school students on an early college pathway for an easier college transition and faster degree attainment at a dramatically lower cost. That's why Fast Company named us one of the world's most innovative companies. With an education from Lackawanna College, imagine where you'll be tomorrow. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
Hey, it's Tom Ferguson, Sports Information Director with Lackawanna College, and we're talking to our Lackawanna College Athlete of the Week. And this week, it's Jahdale Givans from the men's soccer team. Jahdale, thanks so much for joining us here. Congratulations on Athlete of the Week. I know the result wasn't necessarily what you guys were hoping for, but 22 saves we had you at, probably might have had more. I don't know. I think we stopped counting at some point, but heck of an effort, even against Mercer. As a keeper, do you want to be busy during the game, or do you prefer not having a ton to do?
Well, individually, it's pretty good to be busy because then I get to build my own credentials where I have more saves, more blocks, and everything. But in the games, no, I don't want to don't want to have saves and stuff.
Usually doesn't mean good things.
Yeah, it doesn't mean good things when I have a lot of saves. So I rather have nothing to do in the back.
Sure. For
the team, but individually, yeah, I would like some saves.
Well, it was important for Lackawanna to have someone like you back there because you guys played a really good team in Mercer, and it probably could have been a lot worse if not for some of those saves you're making. What's kind of your approach when you're in those 1v1 situations where you need to make something, you need to do something to keep your team alive there?
My approach is like I have to get there before the other player, get myself big, so make the goal look smaller and stuff. So it's like just basically being there, like whenever the player beats my defenders and stuff, it's like I'm the last person they're dependent on. So it's like I have to go out confident more than the other person.
One of the things I've noticed about how you play is that you have that confidence. Yeah. And like because as a keeper, you have to make quick decisions, right? And you have to be sure of what you're doing. Yeah. So like is that something you've always had, or is that something you kind of had to build yourself up to become?
Yeah, I feel like I built myself up with that. I feel like I was always good working under pressure.
Right.
So it's like being a goalie, that's probably a good thing to be able to work under pressure. Like you're the last person in the back, you have to make the right decision, and then If you don't, then it's a go. So.
Now, have you always been a keeper as you've played soccer?
No, I used to play outfield before.
Okay.
I became a goalie.
Does it kind of give you a different perspective in a way? Like, do you see the game differently as a goalkeeper now?
Definitely see this. I see the whole pitch. I see plays before it happens. So I have to be really loud in the back, talk to all my defenders, talk to the players up top too. So it's like it got to start from me down, from the defenders,
right? Right. So you're almost as if another coach in a way, and that you're kind of arranging people and telling them where they need to be and what to look out for, right?
I'm like the coach on the pitch.
Right.
Yeah, I gotta direct and everything.
We're talking with Jahdale Givans here, goalkeeper for Lackawanna College. Zach Shapash in his first season at the helm. What's it been like working with him, Coach Weinert? What's it been like kind of under their tutelage now that you guys have been a month and a half into the season?
Oh, it's been pretty good, great. We've been going at it in practice, making sure we get everything down, the touches down, passes, formation, everything. They really be on top of us in both on and off the pitch.
Do you feel like you've improved learning under them?
Yeah, definitely been improved. Like last year, I didn't even get to play last year, but now I'm actually playing. They're actually bringing out like side of me I'd never seen before.
Right.
So yeah, it's pretty good working on the coach.
Right. Right. So where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Jamaica.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you came out of the Bronx, right, to come here, right?
Out of the Bronx, came here. Yeah.
So what was it about Lackawanna College that made you want to come here?
First of all, I just wanted to be out of state. I was like being in a big city all the time, and so much people, so much new faces. I wanted to like go out of state, more experience different people.
Sure. Have
a different vibe, and Lackawanna was just like it's a city, but it's not the big city. So it was like I feel at home still when
that's always been the good thing I feel about northeastern Pennsylvania is that we're just far enough away where it's out there, but it's also we're big enough that it's not completely isolated, and we're just close enough where you're an hour and a half, 2 hours away from the big city, right?
City, yeah. So yeah, it's pretty good. I could get to travel back home on weekends sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, see my family. So it's pretty good.
What are you studying here at Lackawanna?
Business studies. I was an associate.
Okay. So what do you want to do with a business studies degree? I
want to do my bachelor's, 4 years, construction management.
Okay.
Yeah. I like hands-on stuff, being a goalie. So yeah, doing construction, I feel like it would be good in the city. I probably make good money.
Yeah. So do you want to be like kind of the guys actually doing that stuff, like actually part of like building and
I actually want to be doing both, part of the business side and outside doing actual work.
Right.
Yeah. So that I would be pretty good.
So you're someone who wants to be just wants to be outside, wants to be kind of like constantly working or constantly kind of doing things, right?
Versatile, yeah. Outside and also inside.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Very cool. That's awesome. So what, I know you probably get this question a lot. What's the thing, maybe other than family, you miss the most about Jamaica here that maybe we don't have, especially in Scranton?
Food, definitely miss the food.
Yep.
The culture, the music, like just being there. The weather. Sure.
Oh, what do you mean? You don't like it when it's 38 degrees here in the morning? No, that's not.
And plus we have morning and practice in the morning, so
yeah,
it's crazy.
It's a little different. Yeah, it's not quite that. Have you had any of like the local culture here, like the pizza, the pierogies or anything like that? Have you dabbled in any of that?
Yeah, I start recently. Like I started going around. Going to different places, seeing the spots they have, trying some new places.
Okay.
So yeah, they definitely have some good spots around here.
All right. Yeah. That's fair enough. What we're talking to you before your match at Harrisburg on Tuesday. You guys have Delaware County on Thursday. You got a couple matches quickly in a row here, and then the regular season starts to wind down. And what's kind of your goal for yourself, but also your goal you think for the team moving forward here as we get to the latter stages?
Goal for the team, definitely trying to get a good run in the playoffs. Yeah, we trying to go at least a good third, fourth round.
Sure.
Yeah, it'd be like a good thing for us, build our confidence for the guys that's coming back next year.
Right.
And for individually, definitely just get some recognition from other coaches, like Division 1s, Division 2s. So yeah.
Is that something you want to do as well as moving to a 4-year school? Do you want to play at the next level too?
Yeah, also want to play at the next level too.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
Right. Yeah. It's something you're passionate about, obviously.
And I also love soccer. So.
What do you do in your free time when you're not studying, when you're not playing or practicing, or what do you kind of do to relax, to kind of take your mind and put your mind at ease?
Listen to a lot of music.
Okay.
Definitely play some basketball.
Okay.
Definitely, yeah. Basketball is a good thing.
Is that like your second sport, basketball?
Yeah, I actually did play basketball in high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
It was pretty good, but
what does pretty good mean?
pretty good as in scored over 300 points my senior year.
Okay, all right.
In high school. Yeah. So yeah, I was pretty good.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I've always liked the two sports, basketball and soccer, because I feel like they have similar qualities, and that there's a lot of movement and a lot of passing.
A lot of passing, using your hands a lot. That comes in handy with being a goalie.
Right.
Like seeing a play to get a steal in basketball, seeing a play to get there for a lot of players in soccer.
Right.
So it definitely come hand in hand playing basketball.
What are there any particular leagues, like soccer-wise, that you pay attention to?
Pay attention to the Premier League,
Okay.
MLS.
Who's your Premier League team?
They're actually doing bad right now. It's Leicester City.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, it is.
Because they won a title.
They won a
2016 or 15, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So they're already playing with house money.
Yeah, they definitely have good players, great players, but this season is just not clicking.
Yeah, it hasn't worked for them. Vardy needs to be healthy.
Yeah,
first
definitely.
of all,
they got to turn it around mid-season. Yeah.
And I didn't like them getting rid of Kasper Schmeichel either.
Yeah, I like. He's one of the goalies that I really watch and stuff. So I was looking forward to seeing him again this year. But then he went to OGC.
Yep. So, all right, okay, Leicester City fan. All right. See, as a Liverpool supporter here, I'm having a tough year this year too. Yeah, but I don't want to complain too much because they've also been they've also had their up moments last couple of years. Very cool. Well, Jahdale, we appreciate the time. I know you got a bus you got to catch and get down to Harrisburg and all that, but we appreciate the time. Congratulations.
Thank you
on Athlete of the Week. We hope to talk to you again. Hope to talk to your teammates and hope to talk more about some successes down the road for you guys. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more. It's Falcons Corner. Take flight.
Oil and gas jobs are back. Are you looking for a life-changing experience? Lackawanna College's School of Petroleum and Natural Gas can put you on a path to a lucrative career in the production and delivery of America's energy in just 2 years. Choose from 2 degree programs or 2 certificate programs with internships that give students real-world and practical experience in the field. Lackawanna College will give you the education you need to build a career in this exciting industry. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Apply today at lackawanna.edu.
We are back at the Falcons Corner, voice of the Falcons, Mike Rickert, the SID, pinch hitting for the good guy they're going with the co-host, Danny Berg, Tom Ferguson. That was a mouthful.
That was a lot.
I said it really fast,
well, because you got titles for everybody, so you got to get it out.
Yes.
And
And I don't want to slight Danny, even though he's not here, because he's taking care of some stuff at home today.
Yeah,
So I wanted to make sure that we still know that we're thinking about him. I want people to know that watch just for him, that he's still part of us, that he's not suspended.
Before we get too far, how are you doing after what happened over the weekend with the Mets?
This is how you spell pain. METS.
Yeah.
It was not fun. However, I'm going to sit back and we could reminisce. Can you put like a remembering, how they put bubbles, like you go back in time. I like to give you words.
Let's
go back in time. We're going to show the part where I stood here and told Danny, who is a fellow Met fan, I don't think he's as committed and dedicated as I am, who congratulated me on the Mets making the playoffs. And I said, no, it's not good enough. You need to win the division.
And that's we're just leaving it there. Let's just leave it there.
However, they need to win the division.
I know, but
they just need to win the division.
Just happy that they got that right now.
I'm not happy.
One step. No, one step. I'm not celebrating it. And Scherzer got his 200th win, which is big.
Yeah, but he's only had a handful with the Mets, so I don't care.
Help us get to the playoffs. Listen, negative Nancy.
Listen,
I'm not celebrating.
I'm older than you.
Yeah.
I've been a Met fan longer than you.
So you sat through more.
I know what's going on here. This is why we needed to win the division.
So you don't get stuck in the wild card.
So you don't get stuck in the wild card against the Padres, who they struggled with this year. So they struggled against Yu Darvish. I knew that was a loss. They struggled against Joe Musgrove. I knew that was a loss. They handled Blake Snell. I kind of figured that would be a win. But it was, it's what I come to expect as being a Met fan. Pain, METS.
I'm going to forever have that picture of Mr. Met playing the trumpet.
Yes. However, Met fans are trying to defend that, and it was just a bad day on Sunday. Well, but they did play because, the Mets-Yankees have this rivalry that when the Yankees, I think it was when they were about to lose their 3-0 lead over the Red Sox, Mariano Rivera came in like a 9-3 ninth inning. You know, the Yankees were trailing, and they did play Enter Sandman for him.
Well, here's the thing. I don't mind playing the song. I'm not so sure about having Mr. Matt play.
You can't make a whole production.
Play the song.
You can't make a whole.
The closer gets his music.
Listen,
that's fine.
And we'll get back on Lackawanna, but let me just get this off my chest. The whole 3-game series was just. Can you bleep something out, Tom? It was an absolute between who was on the roster, Darren Ruff, who cannot hit a lick, actually getting starts and DHing in a playoff game, bringing in Diaz in the 7th inning and having him pitch the 8th inning when they're back extended the lead to like 5 or 6 runs. I don't know what was going on. It was terrible. Jacob deGrom doesn't want to be a Met. He showed it, even though he did get the win. But Max Scherzer showing it was just.
It wasn't good.
Yes. Excuse my language. But that's how. Now you got me all worked up the rest of the day.
I know. I didn't mean to do that.
I'm going to leave on my personal good note. The New York Jets are 2nd place in the AFC.
Yeah, how about that? That was a big win.
So I'm excited about that. So we go there. And the University of Colorado Buffaloes run a bye week. So football-wise, great.
So it
Baseball-wise,
can't be a bad week.
And I will, out of spite, I will not watch any postseason baseball now for the rest of the way. I'm done. It's over. So
see what you've done, Mets?
Yes. Thanks a lot, Buck. All right, and Buck is a big viewer of the show too, so he's going to be very upset with me. Probably.
He's going to be mad about that.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for getting me worked up. I appreciate that. So, speaking of getting worked up, Coach Duda is ready to get back on the sideline for our Falcons.
So they play. We've had some scheduling adjustments really since the last time we've talked about Lackawanna College football, but they will play Sunday, the 16th, at 4:00. Down in Chesterfield, Virginia, at a high school called L.C. Bird.
Okay.
Funny enough.
Yes.
Against ASA Miami.
Okay.
So that's the schedule.
And that was the game that was postponed a couple weeks ago due to
2 weeks ago due to the hurricane. So they moved it back. We wanted to make sure we got in a game with ASA Miami, and they worked with us to make sure we could make that happen. So we're happy to do that. We will actually be broadcasting that game.
Yes.
Myself and the big guy's son,
will be on the
Andrew
camera.
Larson, will be going down. He's going to handle the camera duties. I'm going to handle the talking duties.
Yep.
And we'll stream the game.
Good.
and make sure that our viewers and fans and everybody can watch it, because it has potential possibly to be a big game for Lackawanna College. If they win, the Falcons will have won their 200th game in program history.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
It's a lot of wins.
And we just want to see it because it will have been 15 days since the last time they played football.
Right.
Which it's killer to get a double bye week in the middle of the season.
Right.
4 games in, but
when weather plays with you, there's really nothing you can do. I know the guys are very anxious to get back on the sidelines and actually be playing real football than just practicing against each other.
Yeah.
So they are well rested. They'll be back in the weight room today. And they'll be getting ready for their bus trip. So best of luck to them. I know ASA Miami hasn't gotten off to the best start.
No,
I don't think, but they are a perennial good team.
And
we've played.
And our games with them, even in the short time we've been playing that team, have been typically pretty close.
Right.
So they play us.
And plus, you're hopping on a bus and traveling for a bunch of hours and got to get off and play football. So
it's going to kind of throw a wrench into both teams' plans. And late on a Sunday like that.
Right.
It could be interesting.
And usually my pep talk to the guys in the weight room, if they say, "Oh, we got to play on a Sunday," I was like, "Well, you got to get used to playing on Sundays. Isn't that the ultimate goal, to play on Sundays?"
True,
so there you go. Here's a little practice for you. So ball out on a Sunday.
You want it. That's what you want to do, right?
Yeah. So that's awfully nice of you to take the trip down there, by the way, too.
I'm happy to do it.
Yeah. And I'm going to be able to watch, because usually when I'm watching the Sunday ticket, if I'll watch the Jets, and then if there's downtime, I flip to the Red Zone channel. The 4:00 window doesn't really have that many Red Zone channel options. So and I know the Jets are a 1:00 kickoff.
So you'll be able to.
So I'll be able to I'll give you my full attention,
undivided attention.
Yes.
That's what I want.
Yes.
Good.
And maybe you could just run through some NFL scores while you're on the broadcast during a break and stuff too, just to keep everyone.
I'll scroll through and make sure everyone's up to date.
But I know our guys are very, very anxious, to get back there. So we wish them the best of luck. Of course, travel safely. Coach Duda and the gang will have them all ready to play.
Yeah.
And we are back home at Scranton Memorial Stadium.
Yes, sir.
Soon,
the 22nd.
Yes.
As of right now, we're hosting the Community Christian College out of Detroit.
Yep.
New football program this year out of Michigan. 7 p.m. kick at PenFed Field, Scranton Memorial Stadium on the 22nd, Saturday
Right.
the 22nd. So first home game we've had since the beginning of September.
Yeah, which will be fantastic.
It'll be great. It'll be good to be back home. I know the guys will be excited about that. I know
Yep.
the coaching staff will be excited
Right.
to not
Have to travel.
and not have to go through itineraries.
And then
all
we
that
want to
stuff,
mention
you
on
know?
the 29th is homecoming.
Yep.
And then we'll talk more about that as we get a little bit closer, but we have a whole weekend full of stuff.
We do.
Including the premiere of Chris Hughes' major production, They Sleep on Us, a recap documentary of the 2019 National Championship.
That's right. On Friday the 28th,
Yes.
we will be having a screening in the theater, the People's Security Bank Theater in Angeli Hall for the public to come to, and it's going to be a star-studded event. I know we tried to see if we can get tuxedos or something
Who
like
knows
that.
what's going to happen?
We might dress up. We don't know. We
Yeah.
can't make any predictions.
There might be black tie for some of us.
I actually saw an advanced screening of it,
Right.
And it is very well done. Chris
Yep.
did a great job, and it's tough because you know how it ends.
Yeah.
So it makes for an interesting watch, even just knowing that, because you kind of see how it unravels,
Right.
but you still see some great highlights about some of the kids that played here, especially, Jair Brown is featured pretty prominently.
Yeah, there was a lot of Division I guys on that
Yeah.
team, between
A lot of Division I
Jair
guys
and Darius Payne and Robert Kennedy and Mike
guy-
Crawford
and even guys that
Keyshawn Moore,
guys that,
Norval Black. I'm just throwing out guys. Go ahead.
guy,
Matt Cavallero.
guys like James Sacchi, who he talks about how important Lackawanna College was
Right.
to him, and Jair talks about how Coach Duda and the football staff may have saved his life,
Right, yeah.
may have changed his life forever
Yeah.
by bringing him here, and
Yeah.
obviously now he's at Penn State
Right.
and doing well there. So if nothing else, it shows you just how much, win or lose, how important the program has been, and how important the program was and continues to be.
Right.
And it's just a really cool thing for us to be able to show. And there might be a time when we do make it back to the
Right.
national championship, but it was nice to kind of see that documented and see kind of the whole, pretty much from the end of the Georgia military game
Right.
all the way through past the national championship and to signing day and all that, kind of just how that all unfolded.
It was looking back a couple years, it was a very exciting time. It was BTF before Tom Ferguson.
Well,
But
it was. I think the wild part is it was only 3 years ago, but I think the pandemic has warped us to think that it was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe that it was not too long ago that
Right.
we were talking that this was the talk of the town.
Right.
You know?
And you did mention earlier when you talked about the movie is that you knew how the outcome was going to be. Well, let me just remind everyone about a fellow named Rocky Balboa, who lost in Rocky 1.
That's right.
And then comes back and gets the title in Rocky 2.
Yep.
We just haven't had our Rocky 2 yet, Tom.
They sleep on us too.
You never know.
They sleep on us too. They're still sleeping.
They're working at it. Well, some of them have class this morning.
We woke
but
up.
Yes, and stuff too. But best of luck for football. Make sure you catch our live streams, especially this upcoming Sunday.
Yes.
And then we'll keep you updated on our homecoming events because there's a lot of other cool stuff, going
Yeah,
on.
there's
so
a
that'd
lot
be
of
cool.
great stuff, and we'll talk about that more as we kind of
As we get closer and
to
stuff
it,
too. So,
you know?
and then we have to, of course, quickly esports. They
Yeah.
won some stuff,
They
right?
did.
All right, good.
So Rocket League is still undefeated.
Okay.
They won last night, Monday night. So they're still undefeated in the NJCAA. Super Smash Brothers got off to a good start last week. They got a win. I know they're playing on Wednesday. Our Valorant team took a loss in their first matchup. I watched a little bit of it on the Twitch stream.
Okay.
It was tighter, I think, than the 2-0 score indicates. Like the rounds were much closer than that. They
Right.
played a good team. So they'll try to bounce back. I know they're starting an Overwatch intramural squad because Overwatch 2 is launching, so
Right.
there's a new game
Okay.
that they're going to be a part of. And I know our Fortnite team competed this past weekend as well. So Teddy's got his plate full.
Good.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
He
with
needs
them.
his plate full.
Yeah, he needs more things to do.
Yes, he
I think
does.
that's what
He
it
does
is.
and
But,
stuff too. So.
they're constantly streaming twitch.com/LackawannaEDU.
Right.
And they do a great job with production there and all that. And support our guys because it's hard. Sometimes it's tough to tell people, but we're pretty good.
Yeah.
And we have some pretty impressive records and some
Right.
pretty impressive players and student athletes that compete in that.
Yeah, good.
So,
Awesome. All right, best of luck. Twitch.com/Lackawanna. Not to get confused with Lackawanna.com/live.
LackawannaFalcons.com.
I'm never going to get it. That's why you just go to Twitter and just find the link you put on and click it.
That's exactly what it needs to be. You know, just find our game day posts, see LackawannaFalcons.com/live. That's where it is, with a little TV next to it.
Yep, that's what I do.
That's how you know
what everyone should do. Yeah, and also click subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
Subscribe, keep our numbers going up.
Yep.
We're slowly but surely regaining what we lost.
Yes,
you know?
and we lost a lot too. We lost a ton. So yeah, click that little subscription button. That would be fantastic. So all right, best of luck to all our student athletes. Again, travel safely. Tom, you travel safely with the boss's
son. I will.
You know, who's driving, you or Andrew?
I think I'm driving down.
Okay.
And then maybe Andrew will drive back. I am pretty sure we're going to get like an hour into the trip back, and we're going to be like, all right, let's pull over somewhere.
Sure, yeah. So
because it's going to be a long ride.
Yeah, it's going to be a long day for you. But everyone thanks you, for your sacrifice.
Yes,
for doing that. So, and Andrew's too, of course. So, all right, LackawannaFalcons.com, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
Right.
Twitch.
That's right.
LackawannaFalcons.com. Wait, what is it? LackawannaFalcons.com/live?
Yes.
That's it. LackawannaFalcons.com/live for all our home events. I got it. Or just click the little link next to the TV button. We'll see you next week on the Falcons Corner. Tom, thanks. Take flight.